pressure. She's not shutting down. Is everyone okay? You made it. Not yet. It's 12 o'clock! Someone get to the top turret now! Closer to your wingman. Get him in as tight as they can. They come! Okay, that video I showed you is because I had a dream I wanted to share with you, and it was about war, about a lot of airplanes I seen flying overhead, and so that was just a clips from the Mighty Eight, just the footage, and it was based on some true events in 1942 World War, and a combat photographer, he witnessed this stuff firsthand. It was a U.S. launched that we attacked Germany. So you can go ahead and check that out on your own if you'd like. But I just want to share with you that the Lord, He has continued to give me dreams. You know, last time I shared with you, He gave me some dreams, and I had been praying and asking God to give me dreams. And you know, like I said, I just believe the Lord, He's preparing us to get ready, and He's letting us know His time is short. And the Word, it lets us know that before the end times come, these are warning signs for us. And real quickly, I want to read with you Matthew chapter 24, and we'll read what it says. And it's verse 6, I believe, through verse 8. And I'm reading out of the New American Standard Version. It says, "You will be hearing of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not frightened, for those things must take place, but that is not yet the end. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and in various places there will be famines and earthquakes. But all these things are merely the beginning of birth pangs." So birth pangs, as a woman has her contractions, as she's getting ready to give birth, they get closer and closer and harder, you know. And so that's how it's going to be with earthquakes. You know, for example, they're going to get more, they're going to get bigger, they're going to, so is all this stuff that is talking about. It's preparing for that birth, preparing for this end time, and these are just warning signs. So I believe it was Monday, a few days ago, I woke up about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had this dream. It was just so real. For some reason, it started out weird because I was wrestling, fighting with these two guys. They kept going, coming back, going, and they got tired of it. They didn't want to fight with me no more. And next thing you know, they brought this big, huge, muscled dude, and he was like at least twice my size, maybe like 10 feet tall, you know. And they're like, "Hey man, what's up? You want to fight now?" And I was like, "Okay, let's do this." And they said, "We'll be back." They left, the three of them, and I kept looking over my shoulder, wondering they're gonna come back. And the next thing you know, I'm like in a park, and there's some people there and some kids are playing. And all of a sudden, you know, my dream just takes a different shift. I looked up in the sky, and I see planes by the hundreds. I would say even the thousands, as far as you can see, to the north, south, east, west, just thousands. And they look like those old warplanes, you know, kind of like in the movie we've seen, Pearl Harbor, and you know, they were just everywhere. And there were so many of them, it looked like they were just going to run into each other. They were really high, and it was crazy, you know. And the next thing we know, we're like in an apartment or somewhere, you know, and there's the community people. We're all together, we're all hiding, and I didn't really have no weapons. I had, we had like a BB gun and stuff like we have, and but the people that were with us were all hiding, hunched down, in these apartments. They had guns, and the people next to us had guns. And then my parents, they seemed to be across the park, hiding underground. They had guns. But before you know it, here comes people coming through, the military, bringing their artillery, bringing their weapons in, crossing. And I go out, and because overhead, all of a sudden these planes, they got closer. I seen helicopters and planes that I've never seen before, kind of like some type of aircraft, spacecraft. It looked really weird, high technology stuff, and they were shooting each other. So all this stuff was happening over as they were fighting, and you can see different colors, red, blue, like lasers, and it was pretty scary, and it was so real. And as I crawled out and the soldiers were crossing me, I talked to them and I asked them, hey, when can I take my family out of here? Maybe like right after you leave. And he said, yeah, as soon as we leave, take them out. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do that, and I'll be back though. I'll be back. And they continued crossing through as they were like starting to continue to leave us. I seen like troops, Japanese people, they were like with us, and I got to the other side where my parents were, and I told them, hey, check it out, what's going on, and they said, yeah, the Israelites are even with us too. And I was like, all right, but we were fighting the Russians. The Russians were attacking us. I don't know where we were. I assume we were here in the United States. But, I know last time I said we were trying to make that peace treaty in Syria with Russia. They were trying to do it with us. But they've continued to try to ally themselves with other countries. And, that peace treaty, not a peace treaty, but a ceasefire in Syria didn't even work. They continued to bomb, and they bombed the aid trucks that were bringing food and water and medicine. So we're back at each other's throats again, United States and Russia, and there's so many countries that are involved right now. But I believe Russia is a big part of the end time, and I just wanted to show you the video to let you know, so you can see kind of like how real it was for me, what I thought, this dream, like I said, I believe that the Lord is telling us to get ready. So with that, I just want to go ahead and end with some news and show you some other things that are on the news right now. So let's go to that real quick, and then I'll end my video. And you guys have a blessed day.
The information that I'm about to relay to you is the most grave that I've ever reported in my 21 years on air. It is so Armageddon in nature that I find it hard to believe this is actually happening in the year 2016. The United States, hijacked by globalist forces, has openly in the last week declared de facto war against Russia.
Well, we sent a message yet to Putin.
We're sending a message.
The United States military will stop you, and we will beat you harder than you've ever been beaten before.
Russia's hacked into a lot of things. China's hacked into a lot of things. Russia even hacked into the Democratic National Committee. We will be ready with serious political, economic, and military responses.
The message will know it. He'll know it. And it'll be at the time of our choosing and under the circumstances that have the greatest impact.
Right now, Senator, for us to control all of the airspace in Syria would require us to go to war against Syria and Russia.
I think it would be great if we got along with Russia, because we could fight ISIS together, as an example.
We could slide into nuclear war very quickly from her declared policy in Syria. So I won't sleep well at night if Donald Trump is elected, but I sure won't sleep well at night if Hillary Clinton is elected.
Future high-end war between nation states and great powers, very highly lethal, unlike anything our Army has experienced, at least since World War II.
So a message is going to be sent. Will the public know?
I hope not.
We're going to get to the
Okay, that is my video that I wanted to share with you. You know, interesting fact is when I woke up that morning, I did see in the news that we started to go into that town of Mosul or whatever in Iraq to like flush out the ISIS, you know, and we were doing it by air. So, you know, these things they're coming to a head. So with that, you know, read your word, stay in prayer, and be blessed. Goodbye.